Welcome back to the channel. Today we're exploring a jaw-dropping topic that will leave you speechless. Actors behind bars and how they've changed beyond recognition. Some of Hollywood's most famous stars have faced dramatic downfalls, and the shocking reasons behind their incarceration will leave you stunned. From notorious crimes to scandals that destroyed their careers, we'll explore how these former A-listers are now serving time behind bars. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that like button if you're enjoying the video and share it with your friends so they can discover these shocking stories too. If you haven't subscribed yet, click subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our exciting upcoming videos. Join the community and stay tuned for more amazing content every week. Now, let's get started. Kris Wu, born Wu Yifan, is a Canadian-born entertainment figure who first gained widespread fame as a member of the popular K-pop group EXO. His success soared, and he later transitioned into acting, starring in major films like The Mermaid, Journey to the West, The Demons Strike Back, XX, Return of Xander Cage, and Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets. However, despite his rising fame and success in both music and film, Kris Wu's career took a dramatic turn due to legal troubles. Allegations emerged that severely damaged his reputation, overshadowing his accomplishments and tarnishing his public image. Once hailed as a multifaceted star, his fall from grace has become a significant and cautionary tale in the industry. In July 2021, Kris Wu became the focal point of a high-profile legal case that drew massive public and media attention. The serious allegations against him had a profound impact on his reputation, triggering intense scrutiny within the entertainment industry. After a comprehensive investigation and trial, Kris Wu was sentenced in November 2022, facing severe legal penalties that significantly damaged both his career and public image. This case underscores the importance of addressing legal issues with integrity and accountability, especially when in the public eye, where actions can have long-lasting repercussions. Todd Chrisley, the charismatic star of Chrisley Knows Best, won over audiences with his humor and extravagant lifestyle, presenting himself as a savvy businessman and devoted family man. However, behind the polished image lay a web of financial deception. In 2022, Chrisley's carefully curated persona came crashing down when he was convicted in a high-profile fraud case, leaving fans shocked and tarnishing his once-celebrated reputation. Todd and Julie Chrisley were convicted of bank fraud and tax evasion, exposing the financial deceit behind their lavish lifestyle. Prosecutors revealed that the couple had falsified documents to secure millions in loans, with evidence including forged financial statements and testimony from former employees. Their attempts to evade taxes and conceal income only added to their legal troubles. Despite the overwhelming evidence, Todd maintained his innocence, insisting he was wrongfully accused. The case marked a dramatic fall from grace for the reality TV stars. Despite Todd Chrisley's protests of innocence, the evidence proved overwhelming. He was sentenced to 12 years in prison, while Julie received 7 years, leaving fans shocked and dismantling the carefully crafted image of their family. Their downfall serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of living beyond one's means and the harsh consequences of financial fraud. Once a beloved reality TV icon, Todd Chrisley's legacy now stands as a sobering reminder of the steep price of dishonesty and the inevitable fallout of deceit, particularly for those in the public eye. Will Hayden, a respected firearms expert and star of the reality TV show Sons of Guns, was shattered when his predatory behavior was uncovered in 2014. He was accused of sexually assaulting a young girl, and though the allegations were initially met with skepticism, they eventually revealed a pattern of abuse involving multiple victims, including his own daughter. The investigation exposed a disturbing picture of Hayden's actions, which spanned years and involved victims he manipulated under the guise of family mentorship and trust. Medical reports and testimonies from victims confirmed the allegations, leaving no doubt about his guilt. Will Hayden, once a respected firearms expert and star of the reality TV show Sons of Guns, faced a devastating downfall in 2014 when serious allegations came to light. He was accused of misconduct involving a young girl, with further investigations revealing disturbing revelations about his actions. The case uncovered a history of abuse, with multiple victims involved. Testimonies and evidence confirmed the seriousness of the allegations, leading to Hayden's loss of credibility and his career. This tragic story serves as a cautionary reminder of the importance of integrity and accountability in both personal and professional life. Ryan Grantham, a young actor once recognized for roles in Riverdale and Diary of a Wimpy Kid, shocked the world in 2020 with a crime that ended his career and shattered lives. At just 21, Grantham tragically shot and killed his mother, Barbara Waite, in their British Columbia home, a premeditated act he chillingly documented in a video confession. The case grew darker when authorities revealed his subsequent plan to assassinate Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Armed with weapons and a map to Trudeau's residence, Grantham ultimately abandoned his deadly intent and surrendered to the police, leaving behind a legacy of talent now overshadowed by a tragic descent into infamy. During his trial, Ryan Grantham's actions were presented as carefully premeditated, with prosecutors stressing that while his mental health struggles were significant, they could not justify the severity of his crime. In 2022, Grantham was sentenced to life in prison, with no chance of parole for 14 years, underscoring the gravity of his offenses. His case serves as a tragic example of how untreated psychological issues can spiral into violent, irreversible actions. Once hailed as a rising star in Hollywood, Grantham's fall from grace, from promising actor to convicted murderer, highlights the devastating impact such actions have on families, communities, and society as a whole. Joe Exotic, born Joseph Maldonado Passage, captured worldwide attention through the Netflix documentary Tiger King, which showcased his flamboyant personality and tumultuous life as the owner of a private zoo in Oklahoma. Despite his larger-than-life public image and dramatic feuds, a darker side of his life emerged. In 2019, Joe Exotic was arrested on serious charges, including murder for hire and violations of wildlife laws. At the heart of his legal troubles was his bitter feud with Carole Baskin, a prominent animal rights activist, which ultimately played a pivotal role in his dramatic downfall. The bitter feud between Joe Exotic and Carole Baskin, fueled by public accusations and heated confrontations, reached its peak when Joe attempted to hire someone to kill Baskin, though the plot was never carried out. Investigators uncovered evidence, including payments and incriminating conversations, that directly linked him to the scheme. Along with these charges, authorities also accused Joe of killing 5 tigers at his zoo and trafficking in protected animals, exposing the unethical and cruel practices that lurked behind the scenes of his operation. These revelations painted a disturbing contrast to his public image, unveiling a dark world of exploitation and mistreatment. In 2020, Joe Exotic was convicted and sentenced to 22 years in federal prison, marking the dramatic downfall of a once-celebrated figure. His case ignited widespread debate about the ethics of private wild animal ownership and the destructive effects of unchecked egos and personal vendettas. Even after his imprisonment, Joe's notoriety endured, with some supporters campaigning for his release and calling for presidential intervention. His story, a strange mix of entertainment and tragedy, serves as a stark warning about the dangers of unregulated wildlife exploitation and the harmful impact of personal grudges. Once a polarizing but captivating reality TV star, Joe Exotic's legacy is now forever tied to his crimes, offering a cautionary tale about the darker side of fame, ambition, and moral failure. Michael Jace, best known for his role as Officer Julian Lowe on The Shield, stunned the entertainment world when he became involved in a tragic incident that would forever change his career and reputation. On May 19, 2014, Jace made a chilling 911 call, admitting to the shooting death of his wife, April Jace, in their Los Angeles home. The murder occurred in front of their 2 children, deepening the emotional devastation. The investigation revealed a marriage strained by tension and financial struggles, which seemed to contribute to the tragic event. This act not only destroyed the Jace family's life, but also left an irreversible mark on his career, as the actor, once celebrated for his role in a popular TV series, found himself at the center of an unimaginable crime. In the courtroom, it was revealed that Michael Jace, overwhelmed by anger and frustration, accused his wife, April, of wanting a divorce before he fatally shot her. April, a devoted mother and skilled athlete, had been seeking greater independence as their troubled marriage fell apart. The prosecution presented chilling evidence of Jace's premeditated actions, including his disturbing final words to her. "If you like running, then run to heaven." In 2016, Jace was found guilty of second-degree murder and sentenced to 40 years to life in prison. His dramatic fall from grace stunned the public. Once admired for his television roles, Jace's tragic actions highlighted the devastating consequences of unresolved personal conflicts, transforming him from a beloved actor into a grim reminder of how unchecked personal struggles can lead to irreversible disaster. Zara Phythian, a martial artist and actress known for her role in Doctor Strange, was once celebrated for her skill and athleticism. However, in 2022, her career and reputation shattered when she and her husband, Victor Mark, were convicted of serious criminal offenses involving a teenage victim. The revelations sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry as her previously disciplined public image clashed with the disturbing accusations. During the trial, the victim, who was just 13 at the time, gave a detailed testimony describing how Phythian and Mark manipulated and exploited her over a prolonged period. Supporting evidence, including incriminating messages and corroborated statements, reinforced the case against them, leaving no doubt about the gravity of their crimes. Phythian and her husband were both sentenced to long prison terms, effectively ending her career in entertainment. The case highlighted the abuse of power and trust, sparking crucial discussions about the need for better protection of vulnerable individuals, especially in industries where those in positions of authority can exploit their influence. Phythian's downfall serves as a stark reminder that outward success and talent can mask harmful actions. Her crimes and the lasting impact they had on the victim now overshadow her previous accomplishments, leaving a permanent stain on her legacy. Kaalan Walker, a once promising actor and rapper known for his roles in films like Straight Outta Compton, quickly found himself in the public eye for all the wrong reasons. In 2018, his rising career came to a sudden halt when he was arrested and charged with multiple counts of sexual assault. Several victims came forward, accusing Walker of exploiting his fame and manipulating them for his own benefit. The allegations revealed a disturbing pattern of predatory behavior, leading to a dramatic fall from grace for the aspiring star. During the trial, testimonies from multiple victims painted a disturbing picture of Kaalan Walker's manipulation and exploitation. Most of the victims were aspiring models and actresses whom Walker allegedly lured with promises of career opportunities. Using his position in the entertainment industry, he preyed on their ambitions, coercing and abusing them. The prosecution presented damning evidence, including electronic communications and victim statements, which revealed the full extent of his deceitful and predatory behavior. Many victims spoke about the emotional and professional pressure they faced, fearing backlash or harm to their careers if they came forward. This case exposed the dark side of the entertainment industry, shedding light on the abuse of power and the lasting impact it had on the victims. In 2022, Kaalan Walker was convicted of multiple sexual assault charges and sentenced to a lengthy prison term. His case not only shocked many due to the horrifying nature of his crimes, but also brought to light systemic issues within the entertainment industry. The trial sparked important discussions about the abuse of power and the urgent need to create safe spaces for vulnerable individuals. Walker's fall from grace serves as a stark reminder of how fame and influence can be misused, leaving lasting scars on both victims and the perpetrator's legacy. What could have been a promising career in Hollywood is now a chilling cautionary tale about the importance of accountability and the irreversible damage caused by the betrayal of trust and power. Drechsel, once celebrated as a champion of American Ninja Warrior, was a symbol of resilience and athleticism, admired by millions. His incredible skills and charismatic presence made him one of the most recognized figures in competitive sports entertainment. Drechsel's accomplishments showcased his strength, perseverance, and dedication, earning him a reputation as an inspiration and role model. His journey stood as a powerful reminder of the impact of hard work and determination in overcoming life's challenges. In 2020, Drechsel's career and public image were shattered when serious allegations of misconduct emerged. Investigations uncovered a disturbing pattern of inappropriate behavior over several years, destroying the positive reputation he had worked hard to build. The revelations sparked legal action, leaving the sports community in shock. The fallout was immediate, with sponsors, fans, and television networks distancing themselves from him, leading Drechsel, once a celebrated champion, to be completely ostracized from the world of competitive sports. Drechsel's downfall raises tough questions about the accountability of public figures, especially in areas where they hold significant influence over their communities. His actions not only betrayed the trust of his fans, but also emphasized the need for stronger oversight to prevent such misconduct. His story serves as a stark reminder that personal choices can easily overshadow professional achievements, underscoring the critical importance of maintaining the trust the public places in well-known figures. Harvey Weinstein, once a Hollywood mogul and co-founder of Miramax, built a legacy of Oscar-winning films and unmatched influence in the entertainment industry. However, his career came crashing down in 2017 when a flood of allegations exposed his decades-long pattern of abuse and exploitation. Sparked by the testimonies of dozens of women, including well-known actresses, these revelations not only brought down Weinstein, but also ignited the global #MeToo movement. Investigations uncovered a web of manipulation and misconduct, backed by emails and witness accounts, revealing the toxic environment he created within his empire. In 2020, Harvey Weinstein was convicted of sexual assault and rape in a landmark trial that marked a pivotal moment in the fight against abuse in Hollywood. Sentenced to 23 years in prison, the ruling provided long-awaited justice for his victims and highlighted a larger cultural reckoning with misconduct and power imbalances in the workplace. The case became a catalyst for survivors across various industries to break their silence, confronting the systems that had protected predators like Weinstein for decades. Once a celebrated mogul, Weinstein's name is now synonymous with systemic abuse and the consequences of unchecked power, cementing his downfall as one of the most significant in Hollywood history. Skylar Deleon, a former child actor with a minor role in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, became infamous for a chilling crime that shocked the nation. In 2004, Deleon and accomplices devised a sinister plot to steal the yacht of Thomas and Jackie Hawks, a retired couple living their dream life at sea. Posing as an interested buyer, Deleon gained the couple's trust with fabricated stories. During a test sale, the plan turned deadly as the couple was tied up, coerced into signing over the yacht, and cruelly attached to an anchor before being thrown alive into the ocean. The brutality of the act left the public both outraged and stunned. At trial, evidence, including witness testimony, signed documents, and statements from accomplices, exposed the calculated and ruthless nature of Skylar Deleon's crime. In 2009, Deleon was convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to death, marking a grim conclusion to a case that shocked the nation. The tragedy serves as a chilling reminder of the destructive power of greed and the lengths some will go to for material gain. Deleon's story is a haunting cautionary tale of betrayal and the devastating consequences of unchecked ambition. Allison Mack, once beloved for her role as Chloe Sullivan on Smallville, left Hollywood and fans stunned when she was revealed as a central figure in NX40M, a self-help organization that was exposed as a manipulative and exploitative cult. Investigators found that Mack used her fame to recruit new members, luring them with promises of mentorship, personal growth, and career success. Court evidence revealed her active participation in coercing recruits, enforcing harsh rules, and helping the group's leader exploit individuals under the guise of empowerment. These revelations marked a tragic fall from grace for the actress, tarnishing her once promising career with an unforgettable stain. During her trial, prosecutors presented a trove of evidence, including emails and text messages, that clearly outlined Mack's involvement in the scandal. She eventually pleaded guilty to conspiracy charges and was sentenced to 3 years in prison in 2021. At her sentencing, she expressed genuine remorse for her actions, acknowledging the pain and manipulation she inflicted on those she had recruited into the group. This case sparked widespread discussion about the dangers of unchecked influence and the ethical responsibilities of public figures. It served as a powerful reminder of how easily trust can be exploited, especially when disguised as personal growth and empowerment. Mack's downfall stands in stark contrast to her past career, where she portrayed a loyal, principled character beloved by fans. Her story now serves as a powerful cautionary tale about the dangers of abusing influence and the consequences of misguided leadership. It emphasizes the importance of careful discernment when seeking guidance or mentorship, reminding us that even the most trusted figures can lose their way and lead others down harmful paths. Shannon Richardson, once a recognizable face in Hollywood with small roles in The Walking Dead and The Vampire Diaries, left the public stunned when she became entangled in an unimaginable crime. In 2013, Richardson made national headlines after being arrested for sending ricin-laced letters to President Barack Obama and other prominent figures, including New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg. At first, it seemed unfathomable that someone with her acting background could be involved in such a plot, but the truth quickly uncovered a disturbing and sinister scheme lurking beneath the surface of her career. Richardson's plot was uncovered when investigators linked the ricin-laced letters to her through forensic evidence, including fingerprints and data found on her personal computer. In a desperate attempt to shift blame, she tried to frame her ex-husband, but the evidence against her was irrefutable. The case not only shocked the public, but also revealed the psychological unraveling beneath her carefully crafted public image. Once a minor actress, Richardson's descent into infamy culminated in an 18-year prison sentence in July 2014. Her story serves as a chilling reminder of how fleeting fame, when coupled with personal instability, can lead to catastrophic consequences. Today, her name is remembered not for her acting roles, but as a grim example of the devastating results of malice and poor decisions. Jen Shah, a standout star from The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, initially won over viewers with her bold personality and lavish lifestyle. Known for her fierce attitude and unapologetic demeanor, she quickly became a fan favorite. However, in 2021, her world came crashing down when she was arrested for her role in a massive telemarketing fraud scheme. Authorities uncovered that Shah, along with her accomplices, targeted vulnerable elderly people, convincing them to invest in fraudulent products and services. This shocking revelation severely tarnished her once glamorous image. The fraudulent scheme, which spanned several years, caused significant financial harm to its victims. During the trial, evidence like text messages, emails, and other communications revealed Jen Shah's direct role in masterminding the scam. Her fame as a reality TV star amplified the sense of betrayal felt by both her fans and the public. Initially, Shah pleaded not guilty to the charges, but eventually, she admitted her involvement, taking full responsibility for her actions and recognizing the damage she caused to vulnerable individuals. In 2022, Jen Shah was sentenced to 6.5 years in prison, a sentence that underscored the seriousness of her crimes. The case shocked fans who once admired her bold personality and charm on The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, revealing a stark contrast between her public persona and criminal actions. Shah's fall from grace serves as a powerful reminder of the responsibility that comes with fame and influence. Her story highlights the devastating impact of greed and the exploitation of trust, especially when preying on vulnerable individuals. Once a beloved reality TV star, Shah's legacy is now tainted by her crimes, offering a cautionary tale about the perils of unchecked ambition and moral decay. Zachary Horwitz, an actor known by the name Zack Avery, gained notoriety not for his acting career, but for orchestrating a daring financial scam that rocked Hollywood. From 2014 to 2019, Horwitz ran a Ponzi scheme, swindling investors out of up to $650 million by falsely promising lucrative film licensing deals with major companies like HBO and Netflix. Behind his facade as a successful film producer, Horwitz built an elaborate web of lies and deception which ultimately collapsed, exposing the full extent of his fraudulent operation. Horwitz deceived many of his victims, including personal friends, into investing in his company, won in capital, by promising significant returns. He fabricated contracts, forged emails, and used money from new investors to pay off earlier ones, maintaining the illusion of a profitable business. Meanwhile, Horwitz indulged in a lavish lifestyle, purchasing luxury homes, high-end cars, and extravagant goods, all funded by the millions he had swindled. The scheme unraveled when Horwitz could no longer cover the fraudulent payouts, prompting investors to launch investigations that ultimately exposed the full scale of his deception. In 2021, federal authorities arrested Horwitz, unveiling the full extent of his complex scam. In court, he was convicted of securities fraud and sentenced to 20 years in prison in 2022. The impact of his actions reached far beyond financial losses, emotionally devastating his victims and upending their lives due to the betrayal of their trust. Horwitz's story serves as a harsh reminder of the destructive power of unchecked greed and a cautionary tale about the temptations of wealth and the extreme lengths some will go to attain it. Once seen as a rising actor, Horwitz's legacy is now defined by fraud, leaving behind a sobering lesson about the fragility of trust and the true cost of deception. Amy Locane, once celebrated for her role on Melrose Place, saw her life take a tragic turn in 2010 when her reckless actions led to a fatal car crash. The accident claimed the life of Helen Seaman and seriously injured her husband, Fred Seaman, casting a permanent shadow over Locane's career and personal life. Driving under the influence with a blood alcohol level well above the legal limit, Locane was reportedly speeding and swerving before her vehicle collided with the Seaman's car as they turned into their driveway. The devastating incident marked a shocking fall from grace for the once beloved actress. During her trial, Amy Locane expressed deep remorse, acknowledging the irreversible harm she caused. However, prosecutors emphasized that her decision to drive under the influence demonstrated a reckless disregard for human life. Initially sentenced to 3 years in prison, her case was revisited after appeals, leading to an extended sentence to better reflect the gravity of her actions. Locane's downfall serves as a tragic reminder of how one reckless decision can lead to devastating consequences. Her story underscores the dangers of drunk driving and the profound impact it has on both the victims' families and those responsible. Jared Fogle, once a globally recognized figure as the spokesperson for Subway due to his inspiring weight loss journey, was initially seen as a symbol of health and perseverance. However, in 2015, his public persona crumbled when he was arrested and convicted of horrendous crimes. Fogle's involvement in possessing inappropriate materials and engaging in predatory behavior devastated his reputation and ended his career. The investigation into his actions began after a colleague tipped off authorities, leading to a comprehensive FBI probe. Evidence, including digital communications and incriminating materials, firmly linked Fogle to these criminal activities. During the trial, testimonies exposed the full extent of his predatory behavior, reinforcing the gravity of his crimes. Despite expressing regret, the weight of his actions overshadowed any remorse, permanently altering his legacy. In 2015, Jared Fogle was sentenced to 15 years in federal prison, a sentence that highlighted the severity of his crimes. The fallout was swift and unforgiving, with Subway severing all ties and the public universally condemning him. His actions not only caused immense harm to his victims, but also shattered the trust of millions who had once looked up to him as a role model. Fogle's story serves as a powerful reminder of the stark contrast that can exist between public personas and private actions. Once a respected figure and source of inspiration, his legacy is now forever tainted by his crimes, offering a sobering lesson about accountability and the lasting impact of unethical behavior. Well, there you have it. Some of the most surprising and unsettling stories of actors who went from fame to prison. It's crazy how quickly things can change, right? Fame, fortune, and success don't always guarantee happiness, and for some, it led them down a much darker path. Let us know in the comments what you think about these shocking downfalls, and if you have any others to add to the list. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, and make sure to subscribe for more unbelievable stories. Until next time, stay safe, and remember, always be careful who you trust. Welcome to the channel. In today's video, we will dive into the stories of Hollywood stars who once captured the world's attention, but are now facing the consequences of their wrongdoings. From high-profile scandals to harsh sentences, many big names have ended up behind bars due to legal violations. Join us as we take a look at those currently serving time in prison and see what valuable lessons we can learn from their stories. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to hit the like button, share, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exciting videos in the future. Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your opinions on these stories. Joe Sun, a famous fighter and notable actor, has had a life full of ups and downs. Born in South Korea, he moved to the U.S. to pursue a professional martial arts career. Although he didn't achieve much success in UFC 3 in 1994, Joe Sun found some success in the film industry, particularly when he played villains in low-budget action films, working alongside famous stars like Lorenzo Lamas and Dolph Lundgren. However, Joe Sun truly became famous for his role as Random Task, a villain in the 1997 action comedy film Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery. Despite some success in both film and martial arts, Joe Sun's life took a dark turn in 2008 when he was arrested for vandalizing his roommate's car. However, this arrest led to an unexpected turn when his DNA sample was compared to evidence from a serious case that occurred on Christmas Eve in 1990. Joe Sun was involved in a violent crime against a 19-year-old woman, causing severe injuries to the victim over an extended period of time. After a reinvestigation, he was convicted of torture and sentenced to life in prison with a 7-year minimum. But the shock didn't end there. Just a month after entering prison, Joe Sun made headlines again by committing another serious crime against a fellow inmate, leading to an additional 27-year sentence for murder. Currently, Joe Sun remains incarcerated and will face the rest of his sentence, marking the downfall of a once famous figure who now pays the price for his past mistakes. Michael Jace, an actor known for his role as Officer Julian in the FX series The Shield, had a promising career in film and television. He also appeared in iconic films like Forrest Gump and Boogie Nights. However, his life changed forever after an unexpected tragedy in 2014 when a sudden act destroyed everything. One night in Hyde Park, Los Angeles, Michael Jace lost control and took the life of his wife, April Jace, a talented athlete. The situation became even more heartbreaking when their 2 young children witnessed the horrifying scene. At the trial, the prosecutor argued that Jace's actions were due to stress and the influence of alcohol, and he was ultimately convicted of second-degree murder and sentenced to 40 years to life in prison. In court, Michael Jace could not hide his regret, admitting there was no justification for his actions and apologizing for the pain he caused. Michael Jace is currently serving his sentence at a California state prison. His story is not only a personal tragedy but also a profound lesson about the importance of controlling emotions, as decisions made in an instant can destroy a life and a family. Danny Masterson, famous for his role as Stephen Hyde in That 70s Show, was once beloved and built a name for himself in projects like Men at Work and The Ranch, where he reunited with co-star Ashton Kutcher. However, his bright career was overshadowed by a series of serious allegations. In 2017, Masterson became the primary subject of an investigation by the Los Angeles Police Department after 3 women accused him of raping them in 2001 and 2003. The victims claimed they were attacked while intoxicated and raped at Masterson's home. Although he consistently denied the charges, Masterson was convicted on 3 counts of rape. The first trial ended with no verdict, but in a retrial, he was convicted on 2 of the 3 charges and sentenced to 30 years to life in prison, with the possibility of parole after serving at least 25 years. He is currently serving his sentence at a correctional facility in California. Notably, the case also attracted attention due to Masterson's connection with the Church of Scientology, of which both he and the victims were members. Some have accused the church of intervening to prevent the victims from reporting the incidents to authorities, but the Church of Scientology has denied these allegations, asserting that it always requires members to comply with the law. Danny Masterson's story not only shocked the entertainment industry, but also raised important questions about legal responsibility and transparency within large organizations. It serves as a reminder of the importance of protecting the rights and fairness for all individuals, regardless of their identity. Ryan Grantham, a young actor with several memorable roles, was once a promising face in Hollywood. He gained fame for his role as Rodney James in the 2010 film Diary of a Wimpy Kid, and also appeared in major projects like The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus and Riverdale. With over 30 screen appearances, Ryan was seen as a rising star. However, at the age of 21, his life changed drastically after a tragic incident at his home in British Columbia that led to the death of his mother. Following the event, Ryan confessed, and during the trial, psychologists confirmed that he was suffering from severe depression alongside other serious mental health issues. Ryan took responsibility for his actions, expressed deep remorse, and committed to working on himself for personal change. He is currently serving his sentence and will be eligible for parole after completing the minimum term. Ryan Grantham's story is a tragedy that deeply affects not only him, but also serves as an important reminder about the significance of mental health, especially for young individuals in the entertainment industry, where pressure and stress can profoundly impact their mental well-being and behavior. Amy Locane, an actress who was once expected to become a major star in the 90s, made a strong impression with her role alongside Johnny Depp in Cry Baby, and continued to receive praise for her performance in Blue Sky. She also appeared in the popular series Melrose Place. However, Amy's career was shattered on the night of June 27, 2010, when she was involved in a serious car accident. Driving 53 mph over the speed limit, Amy crashed into Fred Seaman's vehicle, resulting in the death of his wife, Helen. Police discovered that Amy's blood alcohol content was above the legal limit, making the situation even more serious. Amy Locane was convicted of second-degree manslaughter and vehicular assault. Initially sentenced to 3 years in prison, her sentence was later increased to 8 years after a review. Amy is currently serving her sentence at the Edna Mayan Correctional Facility in New Jersey and may be eligible for parole on December 20th, 2024. Amy's story serves as a reminder of the importance of following traffic rules and personal responsibility. Split-second mistakes can have devastating consequences, not only affecting one's own life, but also the lives of others. If you find these stories valuable lessons, don't forget to share this video. Every action has consequences, and respecting the law is essential. Please like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss the next video. Zack Avery, whose real name is Zachary Horwitz, was a rising Hollywood actor with a promising career before it came crashing down when he was sentenced to 20 years in federal prison for running a Ponzi scheme worth $650 million. He falsely claimed to be an entertainment mogul, promising to license and distribute popular HBO and Netflix films internationally. However, the truth quickly came to light when investors discovered that the films Horwitz promoted, such as The Devil Below and You're Not Alone, were actually fake titles. The FBI discovered that the fraud began in 2015 with fake reports about 52 films being distributed internationally. Horwitz defrauded over 250 investors through his company, 1NMM Capital, using most of the funds for personal purposes. The U.S. Attorney's Office has demanded that he pay back $230 million to the victims. Zack Avery's story serves as a reminder of the financial risks in the entertainment industry and the importance of ethics, transparency, and legal compliance in business. Timothy Zickuhr, the star of the TV show Ice Road Truckers, shocked the public when he was convicted in a serious legal scandal. The incident began with a tense meeting with a woman after Zickuhr accused her of withdrawing too much money from his account. This financial meeting quickly turned dangerous when Zickuhr was accused of threatening and holding the woman captive, forcing her to provide information. Fortunately, she gave a fake phone number, which led to a threatening call that Zickuhr didn't realize was made to the police. The police quickly intervened and arrested Zickuhr as he attempted to extort money. After a thorough investigation, Zickuhr admitted to the serious charges and was convicted. His story serves as an important reminder about the importance of adhering to the law and ethics in all situations, while also emphasizing the significance of personal responsibility and transparency in life. Shah, a star of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, known for her bold style and confidence, saw her career take a downturn in March 2021 when she was arrested for money laundering and wire fraud. She and her assistant operated a scam targeting the elderly, offering worthless services that caused victims to lose their life savings. One of the victims, 75-year-old Trisha, lost over $47,000, while veteran Ralph Hicks lost more than $100,000, with the scam believed to have contributed to his death. Evidence showed Shah continued exploiting victims and even mocked their pain in text messages with her co-conspirators. Although initially denying the charges, Shah pled guilty in July 2022 and was sentenced to 6.5 years in prison. She is currently serving her sentence at the Bryan State Prison in Texas and will be eligible for a sentence reduction review in 2028. Shah's story serves as a reminder of the consequences of illegal actions, even for celebrities, and the profound impact it can have on vulnerable individuals. Jared Fogle, famous for his impressive weight loss story thanks to the Subway diet, became the face of the Subway brand from 2000 to 2015. However, his career and image collapsed when authorities investigated his charity, the Jared Foundation, and discovered serious misconduct. Fogle was charged with possession and distribution of inappropriate images, along with other offenses. He pled guilty and was sentenced to 15 years and 8 months in prison. He is currently serving his sentence at the Federal Correctional Institution in Englewood and will be eligible for a sentence reduction in 2029. Jared Fogle's story serves as a reminder of the importance of maintaining ethics and transparency, especially for those who hold influence in the community, and also highlights the responsibility of nonprofit organizations and well-known brands. Todd and Julie Chrisley, the famous couple from the show Chrisley Knows Best, gained attention for their lavish lifestyle and strict parenting style. However, their fame quickly faded due to serious legal issues. In August 2019, they were charged with tax fraud, bank fraud, and falsifying documents to secure millions of dollars in loans from banks. The couple was accused of evading nearly $2 million in taxes and concealing over $1 million in income from their television show. They also exaggerated their assets to borrow more than $30 million to maintain their extravagant lifestyle. After a nearly 3-week trial, Todd was sentenced to 12 years in prison, while Julie received a 7-year sentence. Todd is currently serving his sentence at the Federal Correctional Facility in Pensacola, Florida, while Julie is at the Federal Correctional Facility in Marianna. Their story serves as a lesson about the consequences of breaking the law and is a reminder that nothing can stay hidden forever, even for celebrities. Jerry Harris, the star of the Netflix documentary series Cheer, gained fame for his bright personality and outstanding performances as a cheerleader for the Navarro College Bulldogs. His appearance on the show garnered significant attention and opened up media opportunities, including appearances on The Ellen DeGeneres Show. However, in September 2020, Harris's career collapsed when he was accused of misconduct. At just 19 years old, these allegations caused public outrage and led to serious legal consequences, completely changing his life and career. Jerry Harris is currently serving time at a federal correctional facility. His story serves as a reminder of the importance of personal responsibility and ethics in the entertainment industry. Darren Sharper, 47, was one of the best defenders in the NFL throughout his 14-year career, playing for teams like the Green Bay Packers, Minnesota Vikings, and New Orleans Saints. He achieved several remarkable accomplishments, including 2 All-Pro selections, 5 Pro Bowl appearances, and was a key part of the New Orleans Saints team that won the Super Bowl after Hurricane Katrina. However, Sharper's career was severely impacted when he faced allegations of misconduct from several women in cities like West Hollywood and Las Vegas in 2014. These allegations shocked the public and the media. In 2016, Sharper was sentenced to a lengthy prison term after the court issued its ruling. His story not only tarnished his reputation, but also serves as a lesson about ethics and responsibility in life, especially in the world of sports. Sharper highlights the importance of maintaining ethical standards and respect in all areas of life. Gary Glitter, a prominent rock musician in the 1970s and 1980s, had a successful career with hit songs. However, alongside his thriving music career, his life was overshadowed by serious allegations of sexual abuse. In 2015, Glitter was sentenced to 16 years in prison in the United Kingdom for sexual abuse. Although he was released in February 2023, he violated the conditions of his parole and was required to return to prison to continue serving his sentence. He is expected to remain in prison until around 2031. Gary Glitter's story is not just about his music career, but also a reminder about personal responsibility and ethics. Despite his fame, he had to face serious consequences for his wrongful actions, sparking a discussion about moral values within the entertainment industry. Skylar Deleon, formerly known as John Julius Jacobson Jr., was once a member of the cast of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. However, his life was profoundly impacted by a troubled childhood and later serious criminal decisions. Born in 1979 in California, he endured domestic violence, leading him to change his name twice during his life. After leaving the U.S. Navy due to unauthorized absence, Skylar married and had 2 children. but financial pressures ultimately led him and his wife down a criminal path. The story took a darker turn when they were involved in a robbery and murder. They kidnapped the owner of a yacht and disposed of the victim's body in the ocean. Although the body was not immediately found, the testimony of an accomplice led to his arrest. This story serves as a reminder of the importance of abiding by the law and ethics in life, as well as the serious consequences of illegal actions that impact safety and justice in the community. Colin Walker, a 27-year-old rapper and actor, was sentenced to 50 years to life in prison in Los Angeles for crimes of rape, statutory rape, and unlawful sexual acts involving 4 women and 3 minors. He will be required to register as a sex offender for life, although some of the charges have been dismissed and appeals are still under review. Walker used social media to gain the trust of young models before committing the crimes. One of the victims, Sydney Stanford, called for justice and emphasized the importance of having an ethical lawyer. The accusations claimed that Walker acted out of revenge and the victims had no prior relationship with him. This case serves as a reminder of the importance of protecting online safety and the need to adhere to law and ethics in society. Shannon Richardson, an actress who appeared in shows like The Walking Dead and The Vampire Diaries, shocked the public and media when she was involved in a high-profile case in 2013. She sent letters containing the deadly toxin ricin to several prominent figures, including former President Barack Obama, New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg, and other officials. These letters prompted immediate action from authorities, raising concerns about the safety of high-level officials. The case stemmed from a family dispute between Richardson and her ex-husband, Nathan. Initially, Shannon attempted to blame her husband, accusing him of being involved in sending the ricin-laced letters. However, after a thorough investigation by the FBI, the truth gradually came to light. Evidence revealed that Richardson herself was the one who sent the letters, and her motives were believed to stem from personal struggles and conflicts in her family life. Ultimately, Shannon Richardson was sentenced to 18 years in prison for sending the toxic substance with the intent to cause harm. This case not only shocked the entertainment industry but also drew significant public and media attention. It serves as an important reminder about adhering to the law and taking personal responsibility, especially in a society where the actions of one individual can affect many others, not just in the entertainment world, but in daily life as well. War Machine, whose real name is Jan Kopenhover, was a prominent MMA fighter from 2004 to 2013 with 14 wins, including 8 by knockout. He competed in the UFC Bellator and participated in The Ultimate Fighter, quickly building a reputation in MMA. However, in 2014, his career was ruined when he attacked his ex-girlfriend, kidnapped and raped her, and attacked a friend who was present at his current school. War Machine was charged with 31 counts of causing death, causing a wave of criticism from the community. He was eventually sentenced to life in prison and will not be paroled until 2030. The case is a reminder of the accelerating consequences of violence and irresponsibility in life. Kris Wu, a former member of EXO, transitioned to a solo career and participated in major projects in China and Hollywood. He appeared in well-known films such as XXX, Return of Xander Cage, and Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets. However, in July 2021, Kris Wu was accused of being involved with multiple women in Beijing. Authorities investigated and prosecuted him under Chinese law. In November 2022, The Chaoyang District Court sentenced him, emphasizing the importance of adhering to the law and ethics in the entertainment industry, as well as protecting the rights and safety of individuals. This case serves as a reminder of the responsibility and ethical standards within the international entertainment industry. Harvey Weinstein, one of the prominent figures in Hollywood and co-founder of Miramax, left a lasting impact on the film industry with classic films like Pulp Fiction, Good Will Hunting, and Shakespeare in Love. These works not only helped him win prestigious awards, including an Oscar, but also solidified his position in the world of cinema. However, his illustrious career was completely destroyed when a series of sexual abuse allegations were exposed in 2017. An investigation by the New York Times sparked a major scandal when dozens of women came forward to accuse Weinstein of sexual harassment, abuse, and rape. Subsequent revelations from The New Yorker further uncovered the heartbreaking truth, with nearly 100 women, including famous stars, sharing their horrific experiences. In 2018, Weinstein was indicted in New York on charges of rape, sexual abuse, and other misconduct. One of the notable victims was actress Annabella Sciorra, who publicly accused Weinstein of raping her in her apartment. As a result, Weinstein was sentenced to 23 years in prison and faced additional charges in Los Angeles, where he received another 16-year sentence. Sexual abuse allegations in the UK were also upheld, further tarnishing his image. Weinstein is currently serving his sentence at the Mohawk Correctional Facility in New York. His story is not only a personal tragedy, but also a wake-up call for the entire entertainment industry, highlighting the importance of protecting victims from all forms of abuse and shedding light on the issue of power and exploitation in the seductive environment of Hollywood. Joe Exotic, also known as Tiger King, ran for president in 2016 and for governor of Oklahoma in 2018. Although he failed in both elections, his efforts reflected his ambition and desire to build influence in society. However, everything changed in 2019 when Joe was convicted on 17 serious charges, including animal cruelty and a murder-for-hire plot against Carole Baskin, the director of Big Cat Rescue. He was sentenced to 22 years in federal prison, though the appeals court later criticized the sentence. Joe Exotic's story gained global attention through Netflix's Tiger King documentary series, which revealed his activities and his conflicted relationship with Carole Baskin. Joe Exotic is currently serving his sentence in Texas, and his journey serves as a major lesson about the severe consequences of pursuing one's passions without respecting ethics and the law. Toby Willis, the patriarch of the Willis family, who appeared on shows like America's Got Talent and other TLC reality programs, became a prominent figure in popular culture. However, his career was turned upside down when his family came under legal investigation in Tennessee. Before his arrest, the Willis family's show was canceled due to the investigation. Toby Willis faced serious charges and was sentenced to prison as required by law. His story serves as a lesson about the importance of adhering to the law and ethics in the entertainment industry, highlighting that every action has consequences, and that compliance with ethical standards is essential in all areas of life. Suge Knight, co-founder of Death Row Records, was one of the key figures in the West Coast hip-hop movement in the 1990s. He not only built a music empire, but also helped launch the careers of many famous artists. However, Knight's reputation became tainted by legal issues and violence. One notable incident involved the death of one person and the injury of another on the set of the film Straight Outta Compton, in which Knight was alleged to be involved. In 2018, Knight was convicted of manslaughter and sentenced to 28 years in prison. His story serves as a reminder of the risks and challenges that entertainment stars face, where success can sometimes come with unforeseen consequences. Drechsel, a champion of the reality TV show American Ninja Warrior, attracted attention when he admitted to 2 felony charges related to inappropriate behavior. The incident led to his removal from the 12th season of the show and garnered significant public attention. The allegations against Drechsel stemmed from a fan meet-and-greet event, where he was accused of inappropriate behavior with a young fan. He allegedly invited her to the gym and engaged in illegal activities, causing the case to quickly make headlines. Drechsel is currently being held at the Federal Detention Center in Philadelphia after the FBI uncovered serious charges related to the production of explicit materials and soliciting others to engage in illegal activities. These allegations not only tarnished his career, but also damaged his personal reputation. Drechsel admitted to having a relationship with the victim, but claimed he did not know her age. He now faces a lengthy prison sentence and financial penalties. This case serves as a reminder of the responsibility public figures have and the profound impact their actions can have on the lives of others. Thank you all for taking the time to watch the video. Each story in this video is not only a lesson about careers and life, but also a reminder of the importance of our decisions and actions. I hope you found useful information and can appreciate the value of these lessons. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay with us for the upcoming videos. See you next time. Welcome to our channel. In today's video, we're diving into the jaw-dropping stories of celebrities who once graced the red carpet but later fell into legal chaos. From serious missteps to life-altering decisions, these stars have faced the consequences of their actions. Let's uncover who they are and what went wrong. Fame, talent, and glory can give it all, but one wrong decision can bring it all crashing down. Once icons of the red carpet, these celebrities now face the grim reality of prison. Let's uncover their unexpected paths and the mistakes that led to their downfall. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you won't miss the next surprising and interesting stories. Feel free to share your thoughts on the stories in this video in the comments below. Amy Locane, the actress famous for her role as Sandy Harling on Melrose Place, faced devastating consequences on June 27, 2010, when she drove under the influence and caused a fatal crash. While speeding, she collided with another vehicle, killing 60-year-old Helen Seaman and leaving her husband, Fred, severely injured. Locane's blood alcohol level was found to be 3 times the legal limit, adding to the gravity of the incident. She was charged with second-degree manslaughter and third-degree assault. In 2012, she was sentenced to 3 years in prison, a ruling that sparked widespread controversy. Many felt the sentence was too lenient, considering the tragic loss of life and the lasting impact on the Seaman family. After years of appeals, Amy Locane was retried in 2020 and sentenced to 8 years in prison, with the possibility of parole after serving at least 6 years and 10 months. She is currently incarcerated at the Edna Mayan Correctional Facility for Women, and her recent request for a sentence reduction was denied. Locane's case serves as a sobering reminder of the devastating consequences of drunk driving. A single moment of reckless decision-making not only claimed a life, but also forever altered the lives of those involved, highlighting the long-lasting impact of such actions. In April 2021, Josh Duggar, known for his appearance on 19 Kids and Counting, stunned the public when he was charged with possessing illegal materials. The case quickly became a media sensation, sparking widespread outrage. After a trial in December 2021, the jury found Duggar guilty. In May 2022, the court handed down its final verdict, sentencing him to 12 years and 7 months in federal prison. The judge made it clear that Duggar would not be eligible for parole during his sentence, marking a significant fall from grace for the once popular reality star. After serving his time in prison, Josh Duggar will be under strict supervision for 20 years, a reality that will significantly affect his personal life moving forward, despite the ongoing public backlash. His wife, Anna Duggar, has remained by his side throughout this difficult period. Duggar is currently serving his sentence at the FCI Segoville Correctional Facility in Texas. If all goes as planned, he could be released at the age of 48. However, with lasting consequences and immense public scrutiny, his future remains uncertain and filled with challenges. Shannon Richardson, an actress known for roles in The Walking Dead and The Vampire Diaries, stunned the world in 2013 when it was revealed that she orchestrated a chilling plot. She secretly sent letters laced with the deadly toxin ricin to President Barack Obama, New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg, and Mark Glaze, the director of a gun control advocacy group. The incident occurred when Shannon's marriage to Nathan Richardson was unraveling, and in a twisted act of revenge, she crafted a scheme to frame her husband. However, investigators swiftly uncovered the truth. In June 2013, Shannon was arrested by the FBI after confessing to producing and mailing ricin-laced letters from her Texas home. Her dangerous actions led to serious charges, including threatening the president, sending threatening letters, and producing and possessing biological weapons. In court, Shannon claimed that her failing marriage and pregnancy led her to act under pressure. However, the judge ruled that her actions were intentional and posed a grave threat to national security. In July 2014, she was sentenced to 18 years in prison and ordered to pay $367,400 in investigation costs. Currently serving her sentence at the Carswell Federal Medical Center in Texas, Shannon is expected to be released in 2032. Once a promising actress, she lost everything due to her reckless choices, leaving behind a sobering reminder of the devastating consequences of impulsive decisions. Zack Avery, born Zachary Horowitz, once seemed poised for a successful Hollywood career, but his life took a dramatic fall when he was sentenced to 20 years in prison for orchestrating a massive financial fraud scheme. With his polished image and charm, Avery duped investors into believing he had lucrative film distribution deals with industry giants like HBO and Netflix. In reality, these deals were entirely fabricated, leading to a multi-million-dollar scam that left investors empty-handed. His rise and fall serve as a cautionary tale about the dangers of deceit and the consequences of trying to maintain an illusion of success at the expense of others. Since 2015, Zack Avery, Zachary Horowitz, used fake contracts to swindle hundreds of millions of dollars from over 250 investors through his company, 1NM Capital. Films like The Devil Below, You're Not Alone, and Curvature were part of his elaborate scheme to cover up the fraud. Hundreds of investors lost their money, while Horowitz funneled most of the stolen funds for personal use. Ultimately, he was sentenced to 20 years in prison and ordered to pay back $230 million to the victims. Zack Avery's case highlights the severe consequences of financial deceit and the critical need for transparency and integrity in the entertainment industry. Yong Su's rapid rise to international fame following the success of Squid Game took an unexpected turn in 2021 when he was accused of inappropriate behavior by a woman who claimed the incident occurred during a meeting in 2017. While the accusation had been made earlier, the police had not pursued an investigation at the time due to insufficient evidence. However, after Yong Su's global recognition soared, the case was unexpectedly reopened in 2022, prompting an official investigation. The controversy shook his career, leaving many wondering how this legal battle would impact his future in the entertainment industry. During the investigation, Yong Su denied the allegations, insisting it was a misunderstanding. He expressed regret if his actions had made the other party uncomfortable, but maintained he had done nothing wrong. In late 2022, South Korean prosecutors indicted him on charges of non-consensual sexual assault. While the allegations were not deemed particularly severe, the case created a media firestorm. A promotional campaign by the South Korean Ministry of Culture, Sports, and Tourism involving Yong Su was quickly suspended. The case not only tarnished his public image, but also sparked debates about the consequences faced by artists involved in sensitive allegations. Public opinion remains divided, with some feeling betrayed, while others argue the situation should be approached with fairness. Percy Master P. Miller founded No Limit Records, revolutionizing the hip-hop industry while striving to lift his family from the violence-ridden streets of New Orleans. His brothers, Corey C. Murder Miller and Vishawn Silk the Shocker Miller, quickly made their own names in the music world. But while Corey's career was soaring, he was soon caught up in a legal battle that would span years. The turning point came in 2002, when a nightclub altercation in New Orleans led to the death of 16-year-old Steve Thomas. Corey became the central figure in the investigation, which spiraled into a series of controversial trials. Corey was convicted in 2003, but his sentence was quickly overturned due to doubts about witness testimony. However, in 2009, after a retrial, he was sentenced to life in prison, a decision that remains highly controversial. In recent years, various organizations and individuals, including Kim Kardashian, have called for a review of the case, citing numerous inconsistencies in the trial. Yet in 2023, the court upheld the sentence, dimming hopes for a breakthrough. Corey Miller's case continues to raise pressing questions about justice and fairness in the legal system. What's your take on this case? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Danny Masterson, best known for his role as Stephen Hyde on That 70s Show from 1998 to 2006, had a successful career before it unraveled due to a legal controversy. Between 2001 and 2003, Masterson was accused of inappropriate conduct with two women at his home. The case initially flew under the radar, but in 2017, as the #MeToo movement gained traction, the allegations against him came to light. A thorough investigation followed, leading to Masterson being written off Netflix's The Ranch, effectively ending his career. After years of legal battles, two of the allegations were brought to trial. The 8-month-long trial featured shocking testimonies from the victims, exposing disturbing details. In May 2023, the jury found Masterson guilty, and just 4 months later, he was sentenced to 30 years in prison. Once a beloved star, Danny Masterson now faces a bleak future as he began serving his sentence at North Kern Prison in California in late 2023. His downfall has not only shaken Hollywood, but also serves as a cautionary tale about the inevitable consequences when fame can no longer hide one's mistakes. Tammy Lynn Sitch, better known as Sunny, was a WWE icon in the 1990s, known for her captivating beauty and powerful influence. She helped define the golden era of professional wrestling and became one of the first divas to capture the hearts of millions. However, after the spotlight faded, Sunny's life took a downward turn, marked by a series of legal troubles and ongoing personal struggles that seemed increasingly difficult to overcome. On March 25, 2022, Sunny was involved in a devastating accident in Ormond Beach, Florida, when she lost control of her vehicle, leading to a tragic loss of life. This incident set off a chain of legal troubles, culminating in her sentencing in August 2023 to 17 years in prison. She won't be eligible for release until 2039, when she is 67. Once a WWE legend, Sunny's fall from grace serves as a sobering reminder of the unforeseen consequences that can arise when fame can no longer shield the darker sides of life. Sean Combs, or Diddy, stands as one of the most influential figures in the music world, particularly within hip-hop and R&B. As a multi-talented artist, producer, and savvy businessman, he's played a major role in shaping the music industry over the years. However, despite his immense success, Diddy's career has been tainted by a series of serious controversies and accusations, leading to public outrage and intense scrutiny over his actions both in and out of the spotlight. Diddy's name has been tied to numerous lawsuits and allegations of misconduct, though he continually denies the claims and asserts that he's the victim of defamation. The scandals surrounding him show no signs of disappearing, prompting many to question the true nature of the artist behind the empire. All eyes are now on the ongoing investigations and trials, which will determine if Diddy can preserve the legacy he's worked so hard to build. Regardless of the outcome, this case will undeniably impact his career. What do you think about the controversies surrounding Diddy? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We truly appreciate your support. Please like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends if you find it interesting. Don't forget to hit the notification bell to stay updated with our latest videos. Harrison Norris Jr., also known as Hard Body Harrison Rose, was a well-known figure in